and we have developed a plan of action as to how to ensure that we have the first nuclear attack submarine in our arsenal by sometime say 2036-37. Yes, it is the first time in my memory that we are having a naval event of such scale in Odisha. And we are very grateful to the government of Odisha for providing the kind of support which they have provided. It wouldn't have been possible to have this kind of event. People who are coming from all over, and I'm aware some people are flying from all across the country and come here and witness this.
So thank you for giving us time. I'm wishing you a very good Navy Day here in Puri, and it's the first time I think that an event is being held in Odisha, if I'm not mistaken, with such scale at the Navy. So to start off with, a very interesting project has just been announced, which you yourself spoke about, to build 2 new nuclear attack submarines, SSNs. You said yourself it's going to be, it is proof of how matured Indian industry is. So can you tell us something more about it? How does the Indian industry benefit from this? Why is the trust now by the government given to the Indian industry to be able to deliver such a complex project?
Thank you, Manu. Thank you very much. Yes, it is the first time in my memory that we are having a naval event of such scale in Odisha. And we are very grateful to the government of Odisha for providing the kind of support which they have provided. It wouldn't have been possible to have this kind of event, which I reviewed yesterday. We are very honored to have the Honorable President of India to grace the occasion and be the chief guest and witness the October demonstration. It is also very heartening to see the enthusiasm amongst the local population. And when I say local, it may not be only Puri or Bhubaneswar, but people who are coming from all over, and I'm aware some people are flying from all across the country and come here and witness this. So it is in that way truly satisfying that we are able to demonstrate to the citizens of our country just a microcosm of what the Navy does at sea. Because along the coast you did not show the entire thing what we can do. It is just a demonstration for them to see their Navy in action in certain domains. Having said that, coming to the SSN, it is a huge capability for any Navy, and the Indian Navy is no different. I am indeed grateful to the government for having trust in our in-house capability to design and build nuclear-powered attack submarines. And this is born out of our demonstrated capability in the strategic program. And we are going to follow almost the similar model. It is not going to be any different. So there are many other stakeholders, all obviously indigenous. So whether it is a park, whether it is our shipbuilding center, or our design agencies, and the other private partners, they are all going to be in the mix when we start this project. I have already had the inaugural meeting with all actors present the last month, and we have developed a plan of action as to how to ensure that we have the first nuclear attack submarine in our arsenal by sometime say 2036-37.
So in this program, to make it clear, there is no foreign assistance at all. This is fully indigenous, from design to manufacturing. Everything is going to be done in-house. And is the private sector going to be involved very strongly in the programs?
Yes, private sector will be involved as it was involved in, or is it involved in the other strategic program. So we are hopeful, and we are aware that it will have a second and third tier effects. because it will certainly galvanize the ancillary industries in the country. It will also, I think, give certainly a thought process to many young people who are beaming with ideas as to what they can do towards the national defense. And some of them, these guys are very bright. They are bringing with the capability in terms of technology, and they just require hand holding. And I'm very, very sanguine that we'll have many of such success stories. They will be attached as you move ahead in our assessment program.
So, in the larger context, how has your experience been with the private sector, being able to deliver? Because the government is really, encouraging new companies to come into this sector. How has the experience been in the products they have delivered or they're developing for you?
See, the defense ecosystem in India, you're aware, once we were the largest importer of the arms, etc., and then the Make in India came. Prior to that, of course, our experience with the private sector was not so good. We had some setbacks, but that is all history. I am an eternal optimist. I always look at things at what is going to happen today and tomorrow. What has happened has happened. That is, let's not waste our time on that. So today, as we see around the defense ecosystem of the country, there is huge excitement, huge enthusiasm, and huge talent amongst Indian companies, and which I always, at the cost of repetition, say it means that the DPSUs, the PSUs, the private sector, the MSMEs, the startups, the individuals who are they just want some opening and they have got ideas. Government of India has made, I think, adequate provisions, whether it is in terms of the IDEX, whether it is in terms of Aditi, the Technology Development Fund, the Make 2 cases, Make 1 cases, wherein the government is willing to give the initial financial support and handhold the individual or MSME to produce the kind of capability which the armed forces required. So I have got great hope that the next 5 years, Manu, are going to be a breakthrough year for us in terms of Aatmanirbhar, wherein I believe that we will be somewhere else what we are today. And certainly Indian Navy has already committed, and we are convinced that by 2047 we will be fully Aatmanirbhar force, and I have no doubt it will be same for the other two wings of the armed forces.
So, final question, and Navy has been at the forefront of industry interaction and being open to Make in India. We see now 3 or 4 very interesting projects coming up. The nuclear submarines, of course, one has P-75I, the TED-BF, the deck-based fighter jet. Also, you said recently about UAVs of the male class or even smaller ones which will be made under IDDM in India. Do you think this is realistic to expect the industry to deliver on such a wide level of projects, the capability that exists?
Unless you believe, it's not going to happen. And like I said, we certainly believe that it can be done. There are provisions in our acquisition process. The government has repeatedly changed and made the ease of doing business so that many more of the startups, many more of the SMEs and other industry can participate, including which are established industry. So I can almost fully convinced that this is going to happen. And whatever capabilities I have talked to you, these will be made in India, these will be inducted, and these will be utilized by our armed forces in the coming years. And like I said, the next 5 years are going to be breakthrough years. And when we meet in 2029, we'll have a conversation on this.
So look forward to that, and thank you so much for taking out time on such a busy day.
Thanks so much. Thank you, Anakish.